Hi everybody. Good morning. Happy Sunday morning. I thought we'd do a quick chalk project this morning and have some coffee and talking time. So I have a quick project here planned for you guys. I hope you're having a great weekend. Mine has been busy, but it's been good. Oh, sorry, just a minute. I need to get better at that. I keep forgetting. Okay. And so the project that I picked is kind of an Easter project. I'm feeling pretty springy today, and I really like this pail. So I'm using the Build-A-Bunny transfer from Chalkator, and that is in the last chance section of my online store, which you can find the link at the bottom of your screens. So if you're interested, this is just actually a very small part of that transfer. So as the name says, it's Build-A-Bunny. So there's bunnies in the transfer. I used one of the bunnies the other night. Well, let me put this down here. I used one of the bunnies the other night to make this. And I've also used it at work on our door. I used part of the transfer as well to make a little Easter scene that's really cute. So I love this pail, and I just thought it'd be a really fun, quick project for spring. So I thought we could do that. And I thought about putting it on one of our box frames, which, if you're not familiar, this is our box frames, Chalkator box frames, and the back is wood. And I thought it'd be really cute on there because it's kind of rustic and, you know, country looking. So it would be really cute on there. But I decided to put it on the board and pillar only because I can wipe it back off. So I can reuse this board, and with the other board it would be permanent on there. And right now I just want something that I can reuse maybe next season or later on. But if you like the look of it on the box frame, you could definitely put it on there. So if you haven't seen me use the board and pillar before, I just actually took this off of here. I think it was on there sideways like this. And there's a pin in the back, and I just took that pin out. And the really cool thing is that you can have it in landscape or portrait, the orientation. So there's holes here and here. And our design is tall, so we want to put it like in portrait mode. I say mode like it's a phone or something. And then also when I'm chalking, I want to make sure that the hole for the stand is at the bottom of the project that I'm chalking so that it's not upside down. Okay. And there's also several different things you can put inside of this pail that comes with the transfer. There's some eggs, there's some flowers, but I just thought the carrots were really cute and I like the colors, so that's why I chose those. Now all of the white lines on our transfers are cut lines, and I cut these out, but I hadn't cut these apart yet, so I'll cut on those. All of our transfers are reusable, and they're you can get about 8 to 10 uses out of them. This one you can see I've already labeled. I don't know when I did that, but I've already labeled it. Must have been when I was cutting up some of the other ones. And that's just so that when I put it on the backer, I know which is the back side of the backer, because the back side is a little bit more paper and the front side is slick, so that you can pull that transfer back off the next time. But this one I haven't labeled yet, so I'm going to do that. There it is. Just with my Sharpie here. And these are the carrots. I'm going to put Build-A-Bunny.
Bev says, "Hi guys."
Hi Mom. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a good day. Build-A-Bunny. Carrots. And build a bunny carrot tops. You don't have to be that descriptive, and honestly, these may end up going on to one of my, what are those called? Backer sheets, so that you can buy some 8.5 by 11 backer sheets, and the smaller pieces, you can just put them all on there so you don't have a bunch of just little tiny pieces. And that's probably eventually what I'll end up doing. But for now, we'll do this. Very quick project here, but I thought it'd be fun. Drink my coffee with you guys. Is anyone else having coffee? Mom, are you drinking coffee?
I know one not like coffee. I sometimes call it dirt water.
Yeah, Nesto's not a coffee drinker. Sometimes he drinks coffee. You drink coffee when we're at Mom and Dad's sometimes.
Yeah, but after I put lots and lots of creamer and sugar.
Most people like the taste of the creamer more than they like the taste of the coffee. So I'm fuzzing my transfer right now. And if you haven't seen me before, we're just doing that because the transfers are very sticky, especially when they're brand new. And we don't want them to stick too hard to our surface because they are fabric, and when we pull them up, they can what's that called? Stretch. Yeah. So they could stretch, and we don't want that to happen. So we just fuzz them up a little bit, get some of that lint onto the transfer.
DEFCON Jean loves coffee.
Oh, DEFCON Jean loves coffee. That's awesome. How many cups a day do you drink? That's the big question. Loves coffee. Okay, so for the pail, I just made sure that there's no bubbles in my silkscreen. And you can see this is a rather large silkscreen area, and that just means there's not very many of the teal areas in here to adhere it to the board. So that means that, you know, all of this is going to take on some of the chalk paste. Sometimes that can give you an issue if you don't have a really good seal and have it down flat. So you want to make sure you don't have any bubbles, and I think this looks really good. So for the pail, I wanted to use our new Silver Shimmer ink. Am I okay?
Mm-hmm.
That one's frozen, so. And then I always want to stir my chalk paste. Every time you open it, you want to stir it up. Just make sure the consistency is what you want, which it should be. This is really good for the Silver Shimmer. It has a little bit of a different consistency than the regular paste, but that looks really good. And then I'm just ready to chalk here, and I have my small squeegee. I'm just going to take some of this paste, and a little bit goes a long way, so I don't need too much. Just put this on here. That's probably more than enough. And then I'm just going to pull it down. So does anybody drink black coffee? I can't do that. I've lessened the amount of creamer that I use, but I can't do black coffee. Okay. That went on really smooth and quick and easy. That was good. I love this shimmer paste. I know I've said that in my other lives, but I really love it. Really, really love it. Okay, so I've got it all covered, and look how much extra I had. So I had put quite a bit more than what I needed on there. But I can use that next time. I just put it right back in the jar. See? Perfect. And then I'm doing a pretty small project, so I'm going to close my jars as I go.
Mom and Dad say they're watching and drinking coffee.
Oh, cool. See, you're having your coffee with me. I love that.
Christy Jackson says, hi, Nikki.
Hi, Christy. Thanks for watching. It's good to see you. I miss getting to talk to you. And I am ready to peel and reveal on that pail. Look how cute it is. Oh, I love it. Now you can see here, because of the bottom of this transfer where it's teal at the bottom, there's a little space underneath of the pail between the board. If you wanted that to be lower, I could have put that teal part up onto the frame so that it could be down lower, but I like that. I think that looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's super cute. Okay, now before I put any other layers on, I need to make sure, oh, that's gonna be an issue. I had to move where my hairdryer was plugged in, guys. Give me just a second. Nesto, can you entertain?
Yeah.
Hey, free entertainment. You guys are in for a treat today.
Mhm.
So I moved where my hairdryer was plugged in.
Yeah.
And
So while we're rearranging everything, I want to
Yeah.
remind everybody to please follow our page. That's facebook.com/craftmeknots. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel. On
Yeah.
YouTube, just search for Craft Me Knots and subscribe. You can watch the full HD version of this video on your TV. Looks awesome. And also be sure to check out Nikki's Chocolatier website. That's chocolatier.com/Nikki Sue.
Oh,
What happened?
it wasn't dry and I just stuck my finger in it.
Why would you do that?
Okay, guys, did you see what I did? Why did I do that? Ah! Okay. Well,
It's okay. It gives it character. It's
well,
rust.
the good thing is this is a good learning experience because with Chocateur, with the paste on a chalkboard, you can clean it off and you can do it over again. Which is what I'm going to do. I thought about I have a little carrot I could put there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to clean this off when you make a mistake and start over again. So I have this wipe here that I was using to wipe my hands. Oh, that shimmer silver paste. That's okay. I got impatient. The stuff doesn't dry quite as quickly as the regular, I guess.
Especially if the paint is somewhat new, right?
Yes, if the paste is fresher or newer, so some of my colors are a little bit older and they're not quite as wet. They're wet enough to use, but they're a little bit drier. They dry faster. Okay, see, all clean. It's that easy. And when it's dry, when it's had a chance to dry, so let's say you did this project, you had it sitting on your shelf for a season, and then you wanted to use this board again, it's not quite as quick as that to clean off, but it's just as easy. You would just spray it with a little bit of water or put the handy wipe on top of it, let it get a little bit wet, and then it would come off just as easily. Not a big deal. And our board erasers are really awesome as well. You could use those instead. And I'm just going to use this one to kind of dry off that surface. So now we get to start over. Also, the shimmer paste doesn't leave quite as much of a residue on the transfer. You can see that's pretty clear, but there's some glitter in there. I could probably, with this kind of paste, put this right on there the way it is, but since we've already had to start over, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to clean it and then we're going to use it. So this project is going to take a little bit. It's not quite as quick as we thought, but still a quick one. It's a good learning experience. You guys can find out, you know, if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. So all I did was put a little bit of water on my board, and that's just keeping the transfer from sticking too hard to the board, and then a little bit of water onto the transfer so I can clean it with our board eraser here.
And that board eraser is a lot like a magic eraser.
It is. It's very similar to a magic eraser, but it doesn't have the same like chemical makeup,
Mm-hmm.
but it works just as well, if not better.
Like a magic eraser sometimes burns your fingers a little bit when you're using it.
Yeah, so when I got, before I got the board erasers, before they made the board erasers actually, because they are a rather new product for Chalk Couture, I was just using Lysol wipes and water, which is fine. You can definitely clean your transfers that way. Um, but some of the pastes will stain your transfers. And so I would have, they'd be clean, but they'd have a little bit of staining on the front. And this even gets off a lot more of that staining. So it's a really great product. Okay. I have noticed as well with the shimmer paste that it does leave the shimmer on your transfer. So in the future, you'll be able to tell which transfers you use the shimmer paste with, but it's not affecting that transfer at all. And I need to be careful because that's a baby wipe. You don't want to wash your transfers with baby wipes though, because the oils will make the sticky not stick. But disinfectant wipes like Lysol wipes or Clorox wipes are okay. So now that I use the board eraser, I'm just going to come back with this, and I'm just gonna wipe off this transfer. I don't even know if I did that with a baby wipe, did I?
I'm not sure.
I hope not. I think I just used the board eraser. But so these take off the lint that we just put onto it so it wouldn't stick too hard to our board, so that when we dry it and put it back next time, it's all ready to go and it's sticky. And you don't have to use the Lysol wipe, you could just use water. It's that sticky still going to come back. Okay, now if I was done with this, let's say our project was done, I could just leave this here with the sticky side up on my towel to dry. And then when it's dry and the sticky comes back, I would just put it back onto my backer sheet and it'd be ready to go for next time. But since we're going to reuse it again, we're going to speed up that process. And I'm just going to kind of do a drying and fuzzing all in one. And I just put that in our fuzzing towel. And this is going to dry both sides. I almost expected it to stick to that other side, but now it's sticking to my hand. So that's just going to get that moisture out of your transfer so you can use it again. So if you ever need to wash one because you made a boo-boo, that's how you do it. Because I made a boo-boo. Okay, that's pretty dry, ready to go. And you can see this is stuck to this towel already, so that sticky is already back. And now it's fuzzed because we just fuzzed it. Make sure I have this the right way again. And our board is clean and ready to go. So that's the really great thing about, the Chalk Couture surfaces, especially the chalkboards. Now, another point, if I had done that on the box frame and smudged it, I wouldn't have been able to clean it off like we just did. Of course, I also think it would have dried more quickly on the box frame because that is a more porous surface. So now I'm just going to put this back on here. We'll do it again. Make sure you get all those bubbles out. Just reposition until it's really flat on your board. And this also helps show you guys how reusable these are. So that's really good also. And get our silver back. We don't need to stir it up again because I just stirred it up. But I am going to use my little stir stick to get some of this paste on here again. I'm feeling less confident about not having bubbles in it this time, but we'll see what happens. Okay, a little bit more right there. And I come back with my squeegee. I don't think I got enough on there this time. If you're just using one color and you get too much on there, not a big deal because you can just put it back in the jar. If you are mixing colors and you get too much on there, then you're probably, unless you're saving the color that you mixed, you're probably going to have some waste. So you want to try to be more conservative in that situation, but no big deal. Okay. And then I'm just going to come back and take that excess off. And look at that. So just put that right back in the jar again. Okay, and get this out of here. Nesto does a podcast with his friend Merrick, and last night they did an counter. I think I need to do an okay counter.
Okay.
What do you think? Just kind of what I do. I don't even know I'm doing it. All right, peel and reveal again of the pail. That's okay. I love seeing this. I'll watch it again. Yay!
Ooh.
Ooh. There you go. See, how awesome is that? And no fingerprints, no finger smudges this time because I fixed my boo-boo. All right, now I'm going to hit this with the hairdryer and get it dry this time before I mess it up.
No touching.
Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Tanya. Thanks for watching. Now normally when the paste dries you can see it change colors. With the shimmer paste it's a little bit more difficult. And I'm not going to do what I did last time and like put my finger right in the middle, but I am going to test down here in the corner. And it is dry, but I'm going to hit it one more time. Just because I messed up and I don't want to do that again. All right, and you guys probably saw me looking around. It's because I had kind of a good idea about making this a little more decorative, and there's some crafts around me, so I was just looking around to see what I had. And here, when we put this board and pillar back together, I'll explain to you what I was looking for. Okay, so here's our carrots, and those just go right in our little pail. I'm just going to fuzz that transfer. Does anybody have big plans for the day?
Big plans.
Big plans? Do you have big plans, Dusto?
I'm going to do some writing.
Writing.
Yeah. Otherwise be a bump on the log.
That sounds good. We had a really busy Saturday, so it sounds nice to just be a bump. I am going to do more crafting off camera. I might record it and do like a pre-recorded video instead of a live, because I'm going to be working on a wreath and I take a little bit of a long time to do that, and I don't want to go live and make everybody sit there for hours and watch me. Okay, so this is supposed to fit on top of our pail, so I want to get it really as close as I can to the pail so it looks like the carrots are coming out of there. So you just take a second to line that up. And I'm going to do that by making sure I can see just a little tiny bit of that silver poking out. Okay. Now this bottom portion is layered over that silver. So when you're doing layers, you want to be really careful. And I'm going to press down on this teal part, but I'm not going to press down very hard down here because I don't want it to pull up my paste. So I'm just going to make sure there's no bubbles here without pressing down too hard at the bottom down there. Okay. That looks really good. What do you guys think?
I think it's going to be
I
awesome.
think this is a cute project. It's just a bucket of carrots, but the colors are so cute and it's going to be so springy. I think I'm going to put it on my mantle in the den. I love to decorate my mantle for the seasons. Got a little bit of orange on my hand. Okay, so I just opened my orange, so I want to stir it up. This is orange peel, is what color this is. And I just want to scrape around the sides and get this all scraped up, stirred up, scraped up.
One of those.
Both of those. Both at the same time. Isn't that pretty? And see that nice consistency? That's about the perfect consistency. It's a little bit on the thin side, but not bad at all. You want it to be like a yogurt consistency.
Not light yogurt, not Greek yogurt.
Yeah, this is almost more like a light yogurt. Not Greek yogurt, because that stuff's pretty thick. So a little bit of chalk paste goes a long way. Just going to put some on here. And I'm going to use our mini squeegee this time. These are so cute. They're a new product for Chalk Couture, and I'm really enjoying them a lot because the other ones were too big and actually had to cut some of them in half in order to do what I needed to do. But you can see how little bit of chalk paste that was. I have so much left over that I can just put right back in the jar and use next time. So if you guys are watching and you're thinking how cool this is, and you're really interested and want to get some products and make your own home decor or make some decor for gifts, because you could get, one transfer that you could make 4, 5, 6, 8 signs of or whatever and give them as gifts for Christmas or whatever. If you're thinking that, you can definitely go to my online store. I'd love to be your designer. But if you're thinking, hey, I can do that and I really want to be a designer, then I'd love to have you on my team and I'd love to get you more details. So I'm just pulling this up, and I did kind of tried to go easy when I was scraping up at the bottom as well, just not to pull up that pail. And we didn't. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Looks so good. I love it. Now make sure and dry that one too so I don't mess it up. And I can see this one changing colors when I dry it. The silver was a little bit more difficult to tell, just because of the sparkles and the nature of the paste. Okay, that one's dry. And we're ready for the carrot tops. Then we'll be done. We can put our pillar back together. Sometimes you get these transfers on this cloth and you can't see them. They're both the same color. Alright, and get that one fuzzed really well because it is also a top layer. So when you're layering, you want to, anytime you're layering over, you want to make sure it's fuzzed extra well. And then we're just going to line this up. Now some of the newer transfers have what they call, I just blinked the name. They have little marks on, registration marks, that you can chalk the registration marks like up in the corner, and then it makes it easy to line it up. This is an older transfer before they started doing that, and it's not like that. So you just line it up based by what you see on the carrots below and where it goes. And I think that's good. And again, when I go down close to where the carrots are, I'm not going to press very hard because I don't want that transferred it adhere too hard to that paste and pull it up. But I want to make sure all of the bubbles are out of my silkscreen area. And then this is Green Envy. This is a really pretty color green. So we're going to use that for the tops. Whoops. And it is a little bit dry around the edge. So we got a little bit of dried paste when that came off. I'll stir this one up. And you can see this one's a little bit thicker. I thought I just used this one, but maybe I didn't. It's a little bit dry. But the really good thing is if that happens and you haven't used it in a while, it gets a little bit dry, you just add a little bit of water.
You should use distilled water, right?
That's right. You want to use distilled water, not tap water. All of our pastes are organic and they're non-toxic and they, you know, come from natural sources. So the distilled water is definitely the way you want to go with those. And just a little bit of water in there. Be conservative and do just a little bit at a time. You don't want to get too much in there. I'm going to put just a little bit more. Gosh. And this does happen. It's not a big deal. You can get it back. Probably been a while since I've used this one. They do say they have a shelf life of 6 months, but as long as you can get them back to where you need to get them to use them, all of mine have lasted longer than that. So I've had them, some of them almost a year with no issues at all.
Yeah, it seems like the 6 months is conservative on their side.
Definitely. Because, you know, it helps them sell paste.
Well, it could, you know, depending on which environment you leave them in.
That is true.
It could maybe go bad in 6 months.
Depending on what part of the country you live in and
humidity levels and
for sure.
The kind of water that you use, like, can definitely affect it.
Okay. That's still a little thick, but it's usable, and I've been stirring and adding for a while, so I'm going to go with that. I'm just going to put, whoa, that was a lot. I did not need that much. A little bit goes a long way, guys. It really does. I know I say that all the time, but it's so true. And I'm just going to pull that down, and when I get to the bottom, I'm just going to go lightly so that I'm not pushing too hard over those orange carrots. And look at all that already. I haven't even taken the excess off yet. Doesn't matter which way you go with the paste to take off the excess. I just went sideways so I'm not going down over top of those carrots. And then our last peel and reveal for our carrot pail. Do 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 do. Oh, you guys, look.
That's so awesome.
I love it. It's so cute. How awesome is that?
That's so cool.
Isn't that pretty? So now we have a pail of carrots for Easter. So really pretty pops of color and some springy decoration to make you smile when you see it. I love that. And you know, I can dry the carrot tops now. Actually, I'm going to do that since I'm going to be working with it to put it on the pillar, but you could also just let it air dry.
Christy says, so cute.
Thanks, Christy. It is really cute, isn't it?
Beth Kahn says, perfect.
It looks so good. I really love it. And see how easy that was, even though we made a mistake? you know, I was able to clean the transfer and still make another one. And still, you know, didn't take too long. So you can make your own home decor projects, and just, oh, so cute. Okay, and we did get our design going the right way. Our little hole for our registration mark is down there. I'm going to do this backwards so you guys can see it. Let me turn this over. And then on the back here you can see the hole for your pin. You're just going to put that on there. You see that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this side's a little tight. The other side was a little loose. All right. And these are reusable. As you saw, we took the pail off and put it back on. So when I'm done with this, I can just wash it off with water and put something else on there. So there's our board and pillar with our little pail of carrots. And the thing I was thinking is you could make a little bow out of some really cute Eastery ribbon and just put it right on here, and it would be so super cute. And I think I'm gonna do that. I'll do that, and then I'll take a picture and post it on the video so you guys can see. Isn't that awesome?
That's awesome.
I love it. It's so cute.
Thank you so much for everyone that was watching.
Yeah,
just
for
want to
sure.
remind everyone to make sure you follow the page. That's
Yes,
facebook.com/craftmeknots. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube at Craft Me Knots as well.
Craft Me Knots, yeah.
And make sure if you like the products that you saw, you can absolutely get with Nikki and order them,
Yep.
or visit her website at chalkcouture.com/Nikki Sue.
Yep. I would love to be your designer. And if you're interested, you know, it's even if you just want to do it and be a hobbyist, I'd love to have you on my team. That's how I got started. I just wanted to be a hobbyist and get an amazing discount on the products that I was going to be using to create my crafts. So that's an option as well. If that's something that interests you, I'd definitely be happy to give you more information if you message me. So I thank you guys so much. Here's our finished product. I see myself so I can. Isn't that cute?
That's awesome.
Yeah. I want to put it on my mantle, but then again, it will look really cute behind me when I do some of my lives. So it'd be a hard choice, but maybe I'll make another one. That's the beauty. It's reusable. The transfers are reusable. The chalk paste goes really far. So much fun. But I'm so glad that you guys joined me for coffee and chalking. And I hope that you have a very, very wonderful Sunday. And I thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Join me next time. Bye.